Hello there! My name is Karla, and as you can see, this is my first video. I'm gonna be trying to do my makeup, and I'm gonna tell you about something that I found pretty scary on the internet. I actually got inspired by Sarian and Cydnee Blck because they do something similar while they do their makeup. So I thought that was pretty cool, especially because I love watching things on the internet or reading about them that have to do with like scary stuff or criminal related stuff or mysteries or all that stuff, and I love talking about it. So I know that there are a lot of people that enjoy it out there, and I hope that you really like this video. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so I put you a lot closer so that we could start with this video, but I was actually not recording, so my bad. So this is what I look like right now. I look crazy. But everything that I use, I will be linking it down below, and then also anything that I talk about in this video, I will give credit to the people or where I found this, okay? So putting that aside, let's go ahead and start with the story. Okay, so I stumbled upon a channel called the Paranormal Files. Let me just go ahead and confirm that, because yeah, it's called the Paranormal Files official channel, okay? And I stumbled upon a video that says the title says, I own 3 haunted dolls and they are very real. Okay, so I was like, okay, I love haunted dolls, so this seemed pretty interesting, and I found this on YouTube. I did say that, all right? Anyways, okay, so I'll be linking them down below so you guys can go see the video. It's a 4-part video, and it's pretty interesting. So I hope I'm not getting the story wrong, because I did watch it just once. And so the story says that they met these people, I guess at a store or something like that. I'm not really sure, but I'll be linking the video down below so you guys can go like see that and make sure that I'm telling you facts. And if not, well, I'm a really bad storyteller. I'm sorry, but I know that they went to Texas, if I'm not mistaken, to go meet a woman called Anna Marie, I think. And Anna Marie, okay, so we got a little bit interrupted. So I was telling you guys that I think her name is Anna Marie, if I'm not mistaken. And so they went to her house, and she has her daughter. I can't remember her daughter's name, but they lived together, and they went to this person's house to go investigate, right? And so when they get there, they actually like they're talking to her, and she is like showing them pictures of her grandmother, and she tells them that the ashes are like in this little hallway, and also that, you know, her grandmother really liked dolls, okay? So she really liked dolls. And she had 2 in particular that she left her, Anna Marie, that she left Anna Marie, right? And so she in particular is not afraid of them. She says this throughout the whole video, like she is not afraid of them at all, but the boys in her family are. So her grandmother's children, the boys, were scared, okay? And I think she had her mother, Anna Marie's mother, and her aunt were not too afraid of the dolls, you know? She does mention in the video that her aunt, one of her aunts, or more like her mother's sister, is a mean lady, okay? And she believes that anything that these dolls carry, anything negative that these dolls carry, might be because of how her aunt is, okay? So I think up until now, I think you're understanding the story, right? Anyway, so there are actually 3 dolls in the house. So 2 were owned by the grandmother. It was, and both of them, I mean, I'm gonna put them like right here somewhere, but I honestly think that they're very pretty, both of them. And they mention that the girls, how I was saying before, that the girls in the family were actually not afraid at all of these dolls, and she didn't feel anything negative. Anna Marie did not feel anything negative about them. But also, she said that she claims that her nephews would say that they would feel like they would get like pushed or whatever, you know, like they could feel something. I personally, when I saw the dolls on video, I thought they were really pretty and they didn't look scary at all. So these people, now that we're talking, like getting into it, so these people, wow, I think their name is Colby or Colin and Peyton, I think it is. And another friend, I don't remember what his name is. They go and investigate and they're talking to her and they get a little bit of backstory. And then they get this thing called a puck. And this part is pretty, like, I mean, I was just screaming, like, because you can tell throughout the whole story, like while you're watching the video, you can tell that they are either, like they're a Hispanic family, okay? They know Spanish. And because of everything she was saying about her grandmother, you could definitely tell that this woman knew Spanish. I'm not really sure if she knew English. They don't say that, but okay. Anyways, so they start talking to it, but first they start asking, like, and because this is going to be very important. So they start asking, like, the doll, you know, whatever, the first doll. It's a little baby doll. I'll put her right here. And she is, like, she looks really old, and she has, like, all this jewelry on her, which belonged to Anna Marie's grandmother. And so they start asking it with this little puck. No, first, one of the things that they do is... actually, what do you call it? Use this little thing to, like, detect any, I guess it's like energy or anything like that, and then they put it all over, like, the doll, and they can't seem to feel anything, like, I mean, see anything. There's really nothing, you know, like, happening there, you know, at all. So they are like, no, well, nothing's happening. We're gonna use this thing called a puck. Okay, so they put the puck, and they, like, it's this little thing, and then it's, I guess you put it, like, next to the object that is haunted, and then you ask it through your phone, whatever question you want to ask, okay? So they were asking it, like, what are you and whatnot. And this whole time that I was watching the video, I was like, what if, because it was, like, answering really random things. It said one of the things was pie. The other was the other one was garden and bones. And then it didn't respond. But it took forever for it to respond. So I just kept thinking in my head, like, maybe this demon or this whatever is attached is not answering because it only knows Spanish. And quite frankly, it did answer a few things and they did confirm. So back to the whole thing about the bones and the garden. Anna Marie says that with that response, she remembered that her grandmother had told her once a story. I think she did tell her, or I don't really remember how she knew about this, but she was saying that her grandmother had found a little baby that was buried. And she goes in depth into the story, but I honestly cannot remember. Okay, so then they really don't find anything like, that is like way creepy or anything. So they decide to go to the second doll. Oh, something I didn't tell you guys. When they go to the second doll, she's like the size of, they say like a Chucky doll, but honestly, if you watch the video, she looks a bit bigger. So I'm gonna put her somewhere right here, or over here, I guess. And then they go and they talk about her, and they say that doll, because the first doll, oh, I forgot to tell you guys, like, what is wrong with me? So the first doll, her grandmother does not know exactly how she came about, like how she got a hold of this doll, but she says that she believes, her grandmother believed that that it was her mother's, so Anna Marie's great grandmother, no, not great, just great grandmother, okay? And because of the doll, like I would have believed that was the case, but she says that her mother's age, or like her great grandmother's age, and the time that she died just didn't add up to the time that she believes this doll is from. So she doesn't really know how this doll came in her life, but she really liked this doll. And so the second doll, which is the like the Chucky size doll, that one was given to Anna Marie's grandmother from her sister, like her sister. Okay, I'm trying to process this. We'll process it together. Anyway, so she, because her sister tells her that this doll, it scares the boys, and quite frankly, she can't have her and whatnot, and she doesn't want to put up with that, and blah, 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 And so, she says, yeah, that's fine, give her to me. And her grandmother really liked this doll. She would call her, I think she would call her muchachita or something like that, which means like little girl in Spanish. And so, okay, so while that's going on, she takes her, right? She takes her and she's like, yeah, give her to me. And Anna Marie says that her grandmother would make little dresses for this doll, for this Chucky-sized doll. And, she really liked her, and she would put her like next to her on her bed and everything. So she didn't feel anything negative from it. And quite frankly, Anna Marie doesn't either. She says that because they belong to her grandmother, she doesn't think, that they're haunted or anything like that. But the boys are very scared of these dolls. So Anna Marie has a very interesting home. She has like this room that she calls like oh my god, I can't remember what she calls the room, but it's like you go in and there's all this Halloween stuff and all these dolls, and I just think that that's really cool. Like, when I grow up, I want to have a room dedicated to scary stuff. I'm already a grown-up, but someday. And so, okay, so that. And then they start, like, putting this thing, for the energy, or I don't know exactly what it is. So it's this little machine, and they put it close to her, and they don't see anything happening, So, they're just like, well, no, it's not happening, nothing's happening, we're gonna use the puck. And so they use the puck, And I think that it doesn't, oh, yeah, no, I think it doesn't say anything. No, it doesn't say anything. I can't really remember if it says anything, but they keep telling it if it's like like if there's anything there, anything attached, blah, 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 right? And I believe it doesn't say anything, so they just, they just kind of continue with their lives. And they don't see anything. But I think like none of these two dolls I think is like scary in my point of view. I don't think they're scary. I quite frankly like them. I think I already mentioned that. Like I thought that they were really, really pretty. But the daughter, I can't remember the daughter's name, but the daughter actually had I think it's called a ventriloquist doll, okay? And she really, really wanted this doll, but Anna Marie didn't want to give it to her because she thought it was like really scary. She thought this, she was like, honey, this is scary. I don't want this in my house. But quite frankly, her daughter really, really liked the doll, and the doll looks really creepy. I'm gonna put him right here. Oh, right here. I'm looking at you through a monitor because I can't see you over here. Okay, so I'll put a picture right here. He kind of looks like, have you watched the movie? I'm not really sure what it's called, but it has to do with Mary Shaw, a woman called Mary Shaw. So I'll put the doll over here. I'll put the doll over here, the one that I'm talking about, and it is just so scary. They look so much alike. So with that doll, Anna Marie says, well, let me tell you the story behind that doll. So this doll, her daughter really wanted, and so for Christmas, Anna Marie doesn't look. At first, she didn't want to buy her daughter this doll, but she saw that her daughter really liked this doll and blah blah blah. But she thought it was kind of creepy, so she didn't like want to even get into that, and so nothing, right? She then Christmas is right around the corner, and she doesn't know what to get her daughter for like Christmas, and she is like, okay, so my daughter really liked this, this little doll, so I'm gonna get it for her. And that is exactly what Anna Marie does. She gets this doll for her daughter. What a great mother. And so, okay, she says that she had never, she opens the present and she starts crying and she's like so happy because she got this doll. And Anna Marie says that she's like, her daughter is a really strong woman, and she was, she just thought it was very odd that she would just make all this, all this fuss about this doll. So her daughter says that she actually would sleep with the doll at first. Not like sleep with it, like more like she had put him on top of her dresser, if I'm not mistaken. And then you guys are gonna come on the comment section and be like, you told this story like all wrong. But I'm sorry. I just thought it was really interesting. So then she puts him on the top of her dresser, and she says that at the beginning everything was fine. She didn't have a problem, but then she would feel like something was always watching her, and she kind of noticed that, and also she would have nightmares. Like she started having nightmares. So she said that she would always feel like this doll, I can't remember the doll's name, Billy I think, was looking at her. So she put him down in the garage, and she likes painting and stuff, and she said that at first she was able to go down in the garage. So she says that at first she was able to go into the garage and paint without a problem. But then she says that one day she was giving her back to Billy, I want to say his name is, and she heard that something fell as if paint had dropped and splattered all over the place. And she got really scared and saw that it was actually Billy who fell on the floor, and she describes that he was just like laying there and looking at her. So she was like, hell no, bye, and she left. So she says that every time that she had to go down to the basement, she would, or is it in the garage? I don't know if it was basement or garage. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, she actually says that she no longer was able to go in there unless her father was in there or her friends. And she would basically invite her friends over to like paint, you know, I guess, like, so she could paint, you know? Yeah, I would have done the same thing. Anyways, so she's like, no, then like that happened, and you know, I would have to do that, so I ended up, you know, just painting in my room instead because it was too hard. Okay, so then Anna Marie starts telling us that are watching the video that she can't go into the basement or the garage without her husband either. So if she has to do anything at all in that room, she will have her husband in there, because she says that she feels something almost like a vibration in her chest, you know, and she, like, it makes her feel uneasy. And honestly, looking at the doll, I mean, he made me feel uneasy too. And with him, they start telling him, like, they put the little thingy also, and they're like, okay, nothing. And then, sorry, so you are gonna hear a little bit of noise, because I actually had to put in, like, a cooling system in here, or, like, a little air system in here, because it was getting too hot. Anyways, so, what did I leave off on? So I hope I'm not repeating this, but, so Anna Marie is saying that, you know, she will only go down there with her husband, and that she feels something really weird here in her chest, like a vibration almost, and she and her husband joke about if he moves or not. So she'll ask him, like, they have this little, like, inside joke, and she'll be like, oh, did he move? So they put the little thingy-majigga, like, all of them are like, yeah, you know, it kind of feels weird, and, you know, he looks really creepy, because he actually looks really creepy. I mean, come on. So they're like, you know, we're gonna put this little thingy on him. I don't know what it's called, so we're gonna call it a thingamajig. And he's like, they're like, yeah, okay, whatever, and whatnot. So they start going like this, and then they don't find anything, you know? Like, nothing is moving or anything, so then they start asking it something with the little puck thingy. And it actually does answer a few things. It says something about a pie, and I'm not really sure what was the other thing that it answered. But I think it was something about a pie. Oh, and it said poltergeist? No. It said, well, there was something else that it answered. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really bad at this. I will be better. But it answered something else. Or no, I think it stopped answering. And then that is when this Anna Marie says, can I ask, like, my grandmother or something, you know, because her ashes are in my house, and maybe she's still around here because I have hurt her, you know, in my house. And, like, but she is, like, so chill about it, you guys. Like, she's just, like, living the dream, and just, I couldn't with that. So she's like, her name, like, I used to call her Memo, and then that is when she says that, like, she would, you know, she would talk to her and tell her, Ana Maria, ven para acá. And that is when I was like, yeah, you guys are asking whatever is there wrong, you know? You need to ask her in Spanish. But little did I know, I guess, spirits and, you know, anything lingering understands any language. Because they put the puck and then they started asking the grandma stuff. And so they asked her where she was. Oh, because this is where it gets interesting. Like, everything else I might have gotten, like, so wrong. Not completely wrong, but I might have skipped a few things. But this is the part where I thought it was so, like, what the hell? Anyways, so they ask if she's in a better place or if she's okay. Actually, they ask if she's okay. And the grandma actually answers better. And they're saying, well, okay, she's probably in a better place and whatever, you know? And then, like, Anna Marie gets really emotional because, yeah, obviously, you know, her grandma is talking to her from somewhere else. And, like, I would have gotten really emotional myself. And then, she says that she wants to ask her if she's taking care of the boys. Now, this part, I didn't quite understand it. I'm not really sure if the boys died or what happened. But she asks, is she going to take care of the boys? And then she doesn't answer anything. I think that's the part where she doesn't answer anything. And then she asks, what's going to happen to the boys? So I think this whole time when she's saying what's going to happen to the boys, she's actually referring to, like, I don't know, either like her dead uncles or something like that. And then she doesn't say anything. And then they ask if she's watching over the, and they call her Memo. They call her Memo. And if she's watching over the family. And then she answers poltergeist. And Anna Marie's like, well, that doesn't sound like Memo, so I don't know what is telling us, you know, like, who is telling us that? So they start talking to Billy a little more, and I guess they start hearing some, like, movement and people, like, I don't know, like, some knocks and stuff. Also, I thought it was really interesting that they would ask that whatever was there, whatever it was that was there, could communicate either by talking or by knocking on stuff. You know, like, they were really telling it to, like, we want to know that you're here, so throw something over, it doesn't matter. And so yeah, they start hearing little noise, but I actually had to put my headphones in because you can't really hear it. But they're actually really good at this because they will put, like, knock where they heard the knock. You know, they'll put, like, little words on there. And so, okay, so, oh my gosh, you guys, something else that I forgot. So, they actually bring in, so remember the first doll I talked to you guys about? I'll put her over here, okay? So that doll, they are actually like, okay, we didn't get anything from this doll. And they're like, they actually own a haunted doll. And so that haunted doll tags along, and they're like, we're gonna put her right here to see if it talks to this doll or anything, okay? And Anna Marie, I can see her in the background being all, like, scared and being like, honey, you better not be bringing anything into my house. And honestly, I would have been the same way. Like, I was actually in Anna Marie's shoes. I was like, these people are bringing a haunted doll into my house, and they are trying to really provoke whatever is attached to this doll to actually come out here. And she says something about, like, anything you bring in, you need to take or take back or something like that. So, you know, she must have been really uncomfortable with the other haunted doll, you know, because you don't really know that other haunted doll. You don't know. Anyway, they ask it if, you know, if they know, like, with this little, puck thing, which, honestly, I don't really know how it works, and I don't know if I can't really remember if they explain it in the video or not, but honestly, I don't know how it really works. So, they put the doll right beside it, and then they put the little thingy that says, you know, like, I guess it's a little box. I don't know exactly what it does, but it's a little box, and then they don't see a lot of movement. And then they ask it with the little puck if, by any chance, she or whatever is attached to the doll knows what they put next to her. And so, or next to them. And then it answered besides, or beside. Something like that. Something along the lines. And they're like, oh my god, and then Anna Marie's like, what happened? And they're like, well, they said beside. And then they're like, they were, I guess, referring to the doll that she's right beside. And then they're like, okay, but it might be the other doll that is like answering for her, you know, or something like that. And it says something about a pie, and I think that's the only thing. So, also, okay, so that is like the only thing that I noticed there. And there's not a lot of movement. The other doll that they brought in was not actually like scary at all, but it didn't do what they wanted it to do. So they just gave up on that. And then I forgot to tell you guys, because I'm all over the place, that when they were with talking to Memo, remember the grandmother, they actually felt like something, and also, the little thingy that I guess detects whatever is there, it actually went up to like really high numbers. I can't quote the high numbers, but they said it was pretty high. And then they show you like a little clip of it. So at the end, they kind of, realized that, yeah, these were kind of haunted, except, well, I mean, at the end, I guess the conclusion that they come to is that they're not really sure if, like, the dolls are actually haunted, like, the first two dolls, these two dolls, or if it's just, like, Memo that can, that is actually attached to them, But, like I said, remember that I said that Anna Marie had an aunt that was actually a really mean person, and everyone was actually afraid of her and everything. I think that, well, personally, I think that bad energy can attach to anything, because, I mean, it can even attach on us. Like, have you guys ever had a friend that is very negative, and all that negativity just stays with you? So I think that, like Anna Marie said, yeah, I actually think that whatever that doll has, like the Chucky doll, the tall Chucky doll has, came from the aunt. Okay, and I don't think, one moment please. I don't think that I'm missing anything, I don't think so, but at the end of the video, they say that they have a subscriber that always shares stuff with them, like scary stuff with them. And they said that they actually got tagged in this like one creepy post, and it said Memo on it, which makes them believe that they were actually talking to Memo. They think that maybe, it's the universe or Memo, like telling them like, yeah, we spoke, So at the end, I guess, like, who knows if they were, like, if they're actually haunted or not. Like I said, the other doll, like the ventriloquist doll, I actually do believe that it could be haunted, because normally people that buy haunted dolls either get them off of like a website, someone that actually does this for a living, or, they just buy it at an antique shop. So I think that a lot of things that are like dolls and stuff that are in antique shops are haunted. And probably that's just me. I don't know. But I think so. So while I finish off my, my makeup, I guess I'm going to give my final thoughts on this. I truly believe in haunted dolls and all of that. Like, quite frankly, I believe that all of that, like, not just haunted dolls, like, there can be haunted anything, you know? I actually do believe that that exists. And, like, I think that probably, because the the ashes are in Anna Marie's, like, house. Probably, like, her, like, those ashes are a way of, like, I don't know, being able to, like, something could actually be there, like, Memo could probably be there, and it's because the ashes are there. That's what I believe. I don't know, like, I honestly do not know. Now, with, like I said, the other doll, the ventriloquist doll, I believe that it is haunted. I believe that it's probably haunted, and it's sort of, kind of, some way, manipulated or implanted the idea into this little girl's, like, head somehow, that it would be a good idea to take him home, I believe so. Because it's very weird that she all of a sudden started getting scared of it. In the video, Anna Marie says that, she really, like, her daughter really wanted it, so it was so weird for her to see how she didn't want him anymore. So I think that that is what started happening, that she just simply understood that something was not right with that doll. And a lot of you might be asking, well, why doesn't Anna Marie get rid of these dolls? And she says that she just can't. She is too attached, and she just can't. With the other doll, I don't know why she won't, like, give him away or something like that. Because I understand the other two dolls, mean a lot to her because they were her grandmothers. But, like, the ventriloquist doll, I don't know. Like, I would have gone, like, rid of him centuries ago. Okay, you guys, so I don't know what happened, but the last part just seemed to not record. But so I was telling you guys that this is the end of the video. I hope you guys liked it. I will try to be more organized for next time, just because I was all over the place. But I actually did really enjoy doing this for you guys while I was doing my makeup. I don't think I did too bad with the makeup. Maybe some falsies would have gone great. Or I don't know. What would you add today? Also, like I said before, I will be linking all the products I used below. Also, I will be linking the channel for the Paranormal Files. And I also want to know your guys' thoughts. Go see the whole 4-part series and then come back and tell me, like, Karla, you got this wrong, but I do want to know what you guys think. So I'll be reading you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!